Well, just on here giving an update. My mom doesn't seem too interested in doing anything wedding plans. I think I already mentioned that before, though. Like I said, just seems like she's upset that she didn't get my baby sister married off before me. Uh, it's not that she hasn't really tried. Um, I mean, she would introduce my baby sister to men and pretty much literally just pretend I didn't exist. She would be like, "This is my daughter, and she's never dated before," and just trying to make my sister all nice looking and everything. And I'm just standing right there, and she literally just doesn't acknowledge me. Um, and now that it's me with a boyfriend and getting married, and if we're in public or any way that she might get attention, she'll act like she enjoys it. But the moment we're out of public, then immediately it's a different person. Um, like if I mention the kind of food I might use or decorations I might use, my mom immediately is just very discouraging. It's like, we are not doing that. I was like, okay. Um, this isn't even her wedding. But I'm being told what I will and will not do. Am I listening? Oh, no, not really, to be honest, I'm not. um, because I kind of feel like this isn't her wedding. And this is mine and, you know, soon to be fiance's wedding. So, to be honest, no, I'm not really listening to her then. I'm not, arguing with her. I'm letting her say whatever she wants to say, but I'm not arguing with her. Um, but being that she's clearly not happy about it and is not excited with me or letting this be a moment where we can be happy, as a family, I, asked a friend for help, a friend that I know loves planning parties. Um, I mean, she loves it. So I asked for a friend of mine's help, and she agreed to it. And as I thought she would be, she's very excited about it. Pretty much tickle pink because, well, she likes planning parties. So that's nice because this is kind of stressful trying to plan a wedding. I honestly, I think the main stress is just my mom. The other stuff, it's just, normal stress. Um, so it's not so bad. I mean, it's hard because stress is never easy, but it's, in comparison, it wouldn't be too difficult if my mom wasn't there trying to be discouraging and, just put me down. Um, but yeah, so I'm very much glad I did ask my friend for help to plan a wedding. One, she's really good at planning things, and she's happy to do so. So like this is I can't lose at this one. It's like I got a friend who's really good at this, and she's happy about doing it. You just can't go wrong here. And apparently she does have tables, and she does have Christmas lights, which was something we wanted to incorporate into the wedding to try to create a look of like stars because he wants space aliens. So I was trying to figure out how I can incorporate that to make things look spacey. And there's also thinking maybe instead of putting stars up, could just take the lights and make up a dome with them, and then kind of like a spaceship, a dome, and then we could get married in the spaceship. So the fact she has tables and Christmas lights, that took a load of stress off, because that was mostly what I was worried about. Where am I going to get a bunch of tables and chairs to be able to let people sit and eat? Where am I going to get some Christmas lights to make it look like they're stars? Um, Everything else, I can figure out where to go get it. Like at Party City. In fact, I've already looked there, and they mostly I was looking for things that were like silver, gold, and white. White because it's a wedding. Silver and gold because, space aliens. You want things looking a little futuristic. So I looked to see if there was silver, gold, and white things, and well, what do you know? They got a nice silver and gold stuff there, like tablecloth, plastic stemware, which was in particularly something I was looking for. Um, I think I like the clear plates though. The ones that are just clear. They don't really have a color. They're just clear, sort of trying to mimic the look of glass. I like those ones. Um, I think I like the silver plastic stemware though, to try to give it more of the futuristic look. And I'm glad I got my friend's help, so maybe we can go look at, decorations. Very cheap decorations, because honestly, I'm not looking for anything gaudy at all. Like maybe some star confetti, just sprinkle it on the table. I do realize I'll probably also have to get some serving dishes, things that look pretty, to make it look like a wedding instead of like some backyard barbecue, even if that's the kind of food we'll be serving. In the area I live in, everybody loves barbecue, so I don't think I'll get many complaints at all. In fact, I think I'll get zero complaints. The state I live in, and yeah, they just love their barbecue. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like barbecue, but I think it's like this is one of those states that really loves it. And I'm really weird because as much as they love barbecue, I'm actually not too into it. Then again, I'm not native to this state. I moved here when I was 8 years old. Moved back to the state I was born in when I was 14. Then we moved back here again when I was 15. So I've been here for over half my life. Um, this does feel like home to me. I'm just not so much into the barbecue. um, yeah, I guess maybe I could look at some things with my friend to, find some decorations. Um, Also, I looked up, I Googled on free wedding stuff because, you can't lose. um, you might find out a lot of things cost money, which is what you kind of expect when you're having a wedding, I guess. But I figured I can't lose to, look it up and see if there's free wedding stuff. And, well, I'm glad I did. I looked it up. Technically, no, there was no free wedding stuff, but there was ways to make it cost less. Uh, like I found out about something about like a wedding registry thing. And I found out you could also do that on Amazon. And it said something about making a gift list, and that for every gift bought, there's a certain amount of money sent to you and the groom's credit uh, on Amazon. So technically, the way you get free money, you're just having to put that money toward Amazon. It doesn't go anywhere else, which is fine by me. So I think when the time comes, I'm going to set up one of those accounts. Um, and that way, that'll give me a bit more money to try to help buy decorations or like tablecloths and such. So that will help out a lot. So, um, yeah, I guess things are looking good. um, my mom's not being very encouraging, and that's sad because I feel like this should be a moment where we can connect and be excited together, but it's not, and it's really sad. But I still have my friend, and I still have a beautiful day to plan. And luckily, I'm finding ways to make that day cost less. To be honest, I don't see a big reason to buy a bunch of gaudy things I'm never ever going to use again. Um, I don't see a reason to buy a bunch of expensive linens and tablecloths that, like as I said, not really gonna hardly ever use again. Or, a bunch of decorations that never gonna use again. So, yeah, I am trying to be cheap about this. I really am, and I admit that. um, I like the gift list idea because some people buy the same thing and like nobody needs three blenders or three microwaves. Um, so a gift list is a good idea because then people can buy a gift and others can see that gift was bought, so they don't have to buy that. They don't have to really buy anything at all. It's just it would be very helpful to make sure you don't have people buying the same gift. Um, Not that I would get upset about that. I'm a person who just laughs things off. I find things funny. Um, Heck, I fall on my butt and I laugh at myself. So it wouldn't like make me upset if somebody bought the same gifts. It just makes life a little bit easier because it's like it's difficult also when some people buy you the same gift because then you're left with this little battle on the inside of, oh crap, if I get rid of this one, then I'll hurt this person's feelings. And if I get rid of the other one, then I'm gonna hurt the other person's feelings. And I don't need two microwaves. What do we do? So, I like the gift list idea because then nobody's feelings get hurt, and it just seems quite intelligent, actually. And on the plus side, it'll be adding a little credit to us to be able to, buy things for the wedding. So, yeah, things are going good. Not really sure what we're gonna do for the wedding completely yet. Just got ideas and got at least a little bit more of a plan of what we're gonna do. So that's a good thing, and I like that because I'm a person who likes a little structure. I'm very uncomfortable if there's zero structure, so this makes me feel a little bit more comfortable and a lot more confident having, more of a structure and a plan of what to do. Um, so yeah, now I've figured out where I'm gonna get some tables and some lights. All I gotta figure out now is how I'm gonna make those lights into a dome. Um, Figure out where to get some decorations. Any decorations would probably do. And also, just well, now I know where also I can get some tablecloths and some cups and plates and pretty sure serving dishes as well. I know where I can get those. Whether it's going to be a Party City on or Amazon at this point, I don't know. I'll have to see. Either way, I know where I'm going to get. I know I can where I can get them. And I guess now I need to figure out where I'm going to get some bubbles and some um little, I guess you could say guest gifts, like a little tiny baggie of some little gifts for people. And also, where am I going to get a dress? That one I'm terrified of. I know where I can get a cake, though. Whether it can be a wedding cake or not, I don't really know, but I know where I can get a cake that's gluten free and milk free, which is good because I am intolerant to both. Um, so yeah. So yeah, I know where I can get a cake. Um, I'm just not really sure where I'm going to get uh, a dress yet, because that one, shopping for dresses is already difficult enough for me as is. I don't want to imagine what it's going to be like trying to look for a wedding dress. Um, for one, I'm not like really tall, but I'm not average height. I'm a little taller than that, so finding a dress that actually goes down to my feet is like never happened before. Oh wait, there was once, but it didn't fit me around the waist. So yeah, there was the ones where I found a dress that would actually go down to my feet. Uh, so you get it. It's really rare, very rare that it's only happened once in my life, and it didn't fit me. Um, Also, right now I would have to wait about getting a dress until closer to the date. Um, well, because I've been losing weight. So I'm not really sure what weight I'm gonna be at. Um, when that day comes, and I don't want to get a dress now and then, it totally not fit and just be a little slightly bit of a tent on me the moment yeah, that wouldn't be fun. Unless I got one of those corset ones in the back, where they can, make the size just a little bigger and a little smaller. So, corset dress, great. And, you know, um, kind of plan on, just getting some Uggs to wear underneath the dress because I don't wear heels. I hate the way they feel. Um, and even though it's like a fairy alien theme we're going for, because we're dorks and we can do that. Um, I know I could go barefoot, but my feet get cold. So I want to wear some Uggs, maybe some white Uggs so they look like they might belong to a dress, but they're underneath the dress, so no one sees them, and who cares then? No one can see underneath my dress, at least no one should be seeing underneath my dress, so yeah, I'd like to just wear some Uggs because those will be nice and warm on my feet, and if they're white, they won't, like, I don't know, stand out in any way. Um, and they're not heels. They're not high heels, so all the more, gotta like them. Um, so that's what I'm hoping to do. And if I can't get some mugs, well, then I guess I'll just get some sort of skater shoes or whatever, and then, hot glue some, uh, uh, little plastic crystals all over them or something. Try to make them look a little more pretty. It's like, I guess you could think of it as like a Dorkarella kind of thing. um, yeah, so that's just an update of, plans that we're having and what's going on. And I'm definitely glad to have my friend here to help me now. um, because it is really stressful because I never really planned a wedding before. I've never been married before, so it's like it's a whole new world. Um, And even when you think it's gonna be easy, like all you need is this and just some white stuff and it'll work out. And then you discover there's so much more and there's more details and there's more thought that goes into this than you really ever wanted to put in your brain. So it's actually very stressful and uh, more challenging than I had thought of or expected. But I guess it's working out, and still got a lot of time to plan, thank God. As for how to get it all put into effect, I don't know. I guess that's why I should be glad that my friend is already married, because maybe she'll have a better idea than how to put it all into effect. She's already done this, so um, yeah. I guess that's all I wanted to update was just how things are going with planning a wedding and my mom and and my friend. Uh, and speaking of which, after I said I was gonna ask my friend for some help, my reason was because she likes planning parties. She'll be in her element and she loves doing this. Makes life easier on me. um, my mom is clearly jealous, and now any advice or anything I ask my mom, she's just completely shut down now. It's not even I'm not even getting the typical remark of, oh, we are not doing that. Now I'm getting the, oh, well, you said you're going to ask for so and so's help. Why don't you talk to so and so? And then, so she's pretty mad and pretty jealous, and that's very clear. But this is normal. This is something she's done since I was a kid, so I'm not really shocked by her behavior. Am I bothered by it and find it hurtful? Yes, but I'm not really shocked by it. This is just normal. This is her reactions, like when she would get angry with me when I was like 11, 12 years old. Of, oh, you want that mom to be your mom, don't you? Oh, you just want to be around your friends and not your family anymore, don't you? You're not being loyal to the family. So this is her typical reaction. So this is her way of just getting mad at me and letting me know that, oh, you just rather have this person's help and not your family. You don't want nothing to do with your family. And it's like, I badly want to look at her and say, if I didn't want the family's help, then why am I asking you for help? Clearly, I do want your help and advice. It's just I'm adventuring out and asking for friends' advice too. I'm not just asking the family's advice, because it is healthy to have friends and it's perfectly fine and okay to have friends. My mom doesn't seem to get that though. Well, she gets it when it's her having friends, but when it's her kids having friends or her husband having friends, then all of a sudden it's a different reaction. And what I mean by that is she's just kind of very two-faced and biased. If it's her with a friend, then if someone were to get onto her, she would probably get very pissed off and be like, well, it's okay to have friends. It's healthy to have friends. You just want to isolate me and abuse me. In fact, she's accused my dad of that before, that the abusers try to isolate their victims first. And yet, uh, when it comes to us, she gets very jealous. And that's clear. So, I've asked my friend for some help, and now my mom has just completely shut down. Now she won't even give me the typical remark of, oh, we are not doing that. When, truth is, oh, yes, I am. As I said, I'm not arguing with her, and, uh, I'm not looking at her and saying, oh, yes, we're going to do that when she tells me that. I just kind of keep it to myself, because I know she's just looking for an argument and trouble, and I don't want to get into it, so I just let her keep saying whatever she wants to say. But she's not even giving me that remark now. Now she's just shutting me down and uh, clearly agitated that I asked for my friend's help, and is uh, clearly making known she won't give any advice. She's just going to shut me down and basically practically insult me for asking for a friend's help. As if it was an insult that I asked for my friend's help. So it's a little um, strange how she does that, but that's what she's doing right now. Um, but this is normal behavior of hers. This is typical since I was a kid. So I'm not really shocked by the behavior. It's annoying and it's hurtful. But this is normal from her to do that. But I guess at least I have my friend's help, and she seems to be being very helpful and very excited, which is a good thing. uh, so that takes a lot of stress out to just to have a friend that's very supportive and a friend that just cares and is actually there and isn't there to shut me down, but just there to listen. I guess what it really is, it's just good to have a friend there that's supportive. It's good to have anybody there here at this point that's supportive. Um, because my family is not supportive. My family is just looking for someone to blame for every problem they have in their life and lash out their pain on, and it hurts. It hurts being the person that they do that to. Um, I mean, I'm not claiming to be a perfect person and all, but who is a perfect person? My problem, though, is that they just want to blame me for everything that's their problem, that only they can fix it, and it has nothing to do with me. I have problems, and I had problems, uh, like maybe being vulnerable with men, but you didn't see me blaming men for why I wasn't vulnerable. I did not mind looking inside myself and facing my problem myself. I have anxiety attacks. I don't blame anybody for those. I know that that's just something I have to deal with. Um, you get it. There's just things that, I go through and have gone through, but I don't blame everybody for it. Um, and I try to be supportive of my friends. And yes, to my family too. Even with the way they treat me, I try to be very supportive of them. And yet I have a family that is not supportive. They're not happy for me. They'll tell you that they're happy, but the moment that we are behind closed doors or where they think nobody's listening, all of a sudden it's a different tune. And it's such a manipulative game. It's so messed up and just that is stressful and difficult and frustrating to try to deal with. It's very just difficult, very frustrating, very hard to deal with. But so that's why I'm appreciating this friend so much because it's not so much is that she'll nod her head and agree with me about everything. No, it just feels good to have a person that is there for me right now and just be supportive because I really need that. Um, I really need this right now, especially in a stressful time is trying to plan a wedding. Um, and he's from out of country, so I'm stressed about that too. Um, stressed that uh, he's gonna have to go through the naturalization test and just praying to God he passes kind of thing and uh, knowing that there's a lot more to it than just get married, you sign a contract, you're done. When they're from out of country, there's more to it. There's more you got to do. Um, that and because as I said, he's from out of country. Um, you need to prove to them that you're really in love and you're not just trying to get somebody into the country. And that's stressful too. Um, I'm learning maybe it's not that difficult, but with the environment I was raised in, where there's no way you can prove your innocence. It makes me, uh, this is one of the problems I'm faced with, to have anxiety then, and just naturally be scared. Even if there's nothing to be scared of. I just have to keep reminding myself in my head right now that everything's going to be okay. That, who the hell can't see we're in love? Because he's the sweetest, and he makes my life happy. He makes it better. Just being a part of it, it makes me feel like I can be a better person and do better. And it does make me, put the effort out into being a better person and growing more. So, I don't know how anybody could see. I don't know how anybody could not see we're in love. Um, you know. So, but you get it though. There's just something stressing me out, and it's not just planning a wedding. It's uh knowing that we're gonna have to you know make sure that to prove to the government that we mean what we say. Um, and then being anxious because I don't know if they take into consideration if you have a disability like Asperger's, anxiety, and ADHD when giving an interview, and so I'm worried about that, and I hope they do take that into consideration because if I start babbling, it's just because I have ADHD. Um, if I seem nervous, it's because I have anxiety, so everything makes me nervous. It's not so much am I lying and telling the truth kind of thing. It's just I'm just nervous. Period. So it's good having a friend right now that's very supportive to be there with me to at least help me plan the wedding, and being very helpful is to having stuff I can borrow that day. Um, because there's already a lot of stress on my mind already, and I've got anxiety, so that flat out already is just gonna make things stressful. So it's just good to have a supportive friend. Um, just to be there and just be supportive, and and just listen, and be there to give her advice, and um also being supportive as to not bash my ideas about a wedding. She's free to tell me if she doesn't think something's a good idea, because that's why she's there, so I can have somebody's advice. But it is nice to know that not all my ideas and thoughts are being shot down. It feels really good about that, because uh, she actually thought the barbecue food was a good idea. It's just like, everybody here likes barbecue, and it's like, I know. um, yeah. um, so yeah, that's I guess that's just an update of how things are going. Um, and beside my mom, that's just normal. That's normal behavior. I'm not really shocked by it. Um, but I am glad to see things looking up by having a friend that's being supportive, and looking up to know I'm gonna be able to spend the rest of my life with this person that's just amazing. It just makes my heart happy. um, you know, makes me so happy. It makes you just feel like you're like all on the inside, everything's packed full of glitter. Okay. So I'm just glad things are looking up. Um, it just makes me happy to know that. Um, so yeah, I guess that's how things are going, and that's our plans for now. And I can't wait for the day that I'm giving an update about the wedding coming. You know, and all that. That would be great. So I'm excited, looking forward to that. Well, everybody have a good day, a good afternoon, or good evening, and goodbye now.